everybody, welcome back to Karidoesstuff, and welcome back to my model bench. I know. I didn't do a model bench stream yesterday because for two reasons. One, I wasn't feeling very well, and secondly, all I was going to be doing was sanding, smoothing down the hull of the lifeboat, and that actually took ages, like 3 or 4 hours to do it properly. And I just thought, what with not feeling very well and that just being boring and mundane, I thought, I'm going to give it a miss today. So, but anyway, welcome back to Karidoesstuff and my model bench. So I want to thank you all for coming out to join me today. I really do appreciate it. I hope hopefully you're having a fantastic Sunday. I'm having a bit of a lazy one at the moment because, like I say, I was still not feeling particularly good, but I did want to get something out to you today. Because, like I say, it's time to polish that hull. I was working, I think, like 3-4 hours, I think, yesterday trying to sand it smooth. I will go through that process shortly, but I want to thank you for coming out and joining me. Hi there! Hi there. Let me just turn this down a little bit. It's always a bit loud in my ear holes. So yeah. There we go. We just turn that music down a little bit. There we go. Anyway, thank you. Welcome back. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Sunday. Oh, sorry, the light's shining right in your face there.
Do our names. Hello, Builder Bobby.
Hello, Builder Bobby. Builder Bob Bear. Oh, Builder Bob Bear. Hey, Donna, how you doing? It's good to see you. Having a good Sunday, I hope. So, first things first. Yes, yesterday I didn't do a stream. I do apologise for that. But I did spend a little while sanding the boat down, and I thought it was going to be kind of boring to watch me do that. So, I really do apologise for that. I want to thank the RNLI for commenting on my YouTube videos.
Liubes, very lazy, happy smiley.
Very lazy. Good. Yes, I want to thank the RNLI for commenting on my YouTube video. I did comment back earlier today, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. Very good. And yeah, we're going to run through the process of what I've done. But before we do that, I do have something to show you. A completely unrelated side project, and I've been telling my friends about it. And I thought I'd do a quick show and tell, as it were. Just to run you through what I've been doing. So I recently gave up smoking, and I've now started to vape, which is much cheaper. And I use these, not sponsored. Okay, so I use these kind of vapes. Like I said, it's not sponsored, so let's not give out any trade names or anything. And so I thought, you know what I'll do? I need a box where I can put all the stuff, because you got all the salt bits and batteries and and all that kind of stuff, and the heating elements and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I'll make a box. I've got to get a box, put it all in. So I did. I thought, you know what? I need something more. I want to build something more substantial, more organized. So I got onto Blender and got the measurements of the box. Got onto Blender and I started messing around in Blender, and then I 3D printed some elements to go inside the box. To put all the paraphernalia in, as it were. And so yeah, I've produced a little vape box. So let me show you that now. Just before this is like a side project. This is nothing to do with my lifeboat. So let me just show you what I've been up to. So what we're going to do here, and you'll see why. I'm going to turn the lights off here, because you'll get a better view with it without all the lights on. So first of all, it's just a box, just a softwood box with a brass latch on there. So you lift the latch up and Up, look, see. So what I've got here is I've got these little sections, and this one here, you can put a full vape in there like that. I don't like to leave them up that way because when they've got stuff in, I don't want them to leak. And they've been painted. This has been painted with midnight purple and also glossed and waxed and polished and waxed. So the little bit in here, as you can see. And so I've got another room for another one here. And I've got a couple of holes here for the top parts to keep them up level so that if they've got any liquid in, they don't leak out. I've got 8 little compartments here where I can put all my little salt bits. So there's 8 in each side. Sorry, 60. There's 8 there. 8. God, my God, can't even count now. 4 on this side, 4 on that side, so that's 8. I've got a little pocket down here, a little compartment down here where I can put some extra bits and pieces. And there's a little pocket up here for the spare heating elements. Now, as you'll see, there's a kind of a glow on there, and that's because I've also put in a little light. There you go, a little red light. It's just a couple of, you can't really see it. There you go, it's just a couple of red LED strips. And that's connected to a battery under here. I can take this out and that out and replace the battery if I need to, but that should last forever. Yeah, and it's just on a little switch that when the lid closes, it turns on and off, and it's got a nice kind of glow to it. So yeah, that's got a nice sort of shine. And it all just shuts down, locks up, and it's all, I covered it in black felt, so it's got a nice feel to it as well. So that's that, basically. That, and where to put that now? Let's turn the lights back on then. So along with that, I also 3D printed this holder I got off of offline, and again I painted that midnight purple, and I've waxed and polished that as well, so that looks really nice and shiny. Nice purple to it, and I put some black felt on the bottom so it doesn't slip around. I also found it was quite, when the vape was in there, it was quite top heavy, so I ground out a hole in the bottom and put some lead weight in the bottom there, and then super glued that in, polished, sanded it flat, and then put the felt on it. So yeah, that's my side project. That's what I've been doing on my side project. So yeah, some of you wanted to see that, so I thought I would show you that. I'm just going to put that out the way right now, so that can stay out the way there. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. It's pretty cool. It's got all little pockets for everything, little compartments. I think I do need to get a bit of black elastic just to hold the top pocket closed properly, because if sometimes when I open it, the heating elements fall out, the spare ones. So but yeah, it keeps everything nice and upright. But that's what I've been doing. I know some of you have been wanting to see that. It's taken a few weeks because I needed some bits and pieces to come in, some of the electronics, stuff like that. And I mean, I am no good at electronics, like no good. I didn't even have any idea how to wire that up. I knew I needed some resistors. I didn't know which ones I needed. But luckily I figured it out. So I'm going to be doing, it's kind of spurred me on a little bit to do a little bit more of electronics to try and light up a few more of my models. So in the future there's going to be some electronics lights future models. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get on to what we're all here for, and that is my well, I say all of us, I just mean me. Well, anyways, I'm sure some of you will see this on YouTube. But what we're all here for, and of course there's Duana's out there. She's out there somewhere, even though Rich is saying that she's not. Anyway, so what we got now is this is
Yeah, tongue poking smiley.
yeah, you're there. Yeah, it just says you're not. It just says I've got one viewer, which it always says I've got one viewer. I don't know what's wrong with Twitch. It should say at least I've got 2, but no. Okay, fine. Anyway, this is the hull of the boat. So we're going to put this down, and I'm going to run you through what I done yesterday. So let's do that on there. Okay, now we got the lights and everything on. We can see. You see, it hasn't really got a shine to it. However, I have managed to. As you can see, there are parts of it that are still quite shiny, where I haven't managed to get the sandpaper in because I didn't want to get in there too much. Because what will happen is, as you're sanding in one part, you could end up over sanding in somewhere else and take the polish right off. I've done that in a couple of places, and I've just touched it up with red paint for now. There's a part in here that you might be able to see that red paint is slightly darker and unscratched. That's because I managed to get right. As I was sanding in here, I applied too much pressure on this point here and sanded right through the paintwork. It happens. It happens. So that's why I have neglected to get right in here. Some of these places, like you'll see that. And you can see there's a little bit of orange peel on it still. There's not really much I can do about that. I'm not going to be able to get it perfect because I could stay there sanding that and end up finding that I've worn my way through here, which is never good. So, but what I'd done is I went back and I was like, this is not sanding properly. And I think I was using 1000 grit to start with. So I went right back and I used a 600. I know I said that I usually ignore the 600 grit when I'm doing this, but the problem was it wasn't sanding the orange peel back properly enough. So I went and I gave it a once over with a 600, and I had to be very careful because that could quickly get through to paint, primer, and even plastic. So I had to be very careful with the 600 grit. And then once I got to the 600, I then moved on to, what did I move on to from there? 1000, I think, and then it was 5000. Now I went from 600 because I've got bits of sandpaper here. I went from 6. Hey, Creamy! Hi, that's my sub. 23 months in a row. Wow. There you go. That will just spit out love hearts until it's shrunk away and disappeared. Look at that. Boom.
Cream is wheats. Yeah, look at me.
Thank you very much, Creamy. That's amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Anyway, how are you doing? You join me.
Sweet.
Sweet. Great. That's good to hear.
My pleasure.
You missed me just showing off my vape box. You'll have to go back and watch the vlog at the beginning to see that. But it's there. You'll see it. Anyway, we're back on this. It's good to have you with us, Creamy. So you're
Okies.
Okies. Yeah, I can't show it twice. I mean, come on.
Good to be here.
Excellent. So yeah, you'll see that there's some orange peeling still there. I mean, the camera picks it up quite well against this piece that's been sanded, but again, try and get into too much of this, I'll end up over sanding.
Oh, you could, but are merely unwilling.
Well, yeah, but I've already done it once, Creamy. I don't want to keep repeating myself. Okay, so yeah, I went over it with a 600 grit, and I was very careful. I didn't want to take too much off. And then I went to 1000, 2000, and then 5000, which is basically...
Keep doing what now?
I'm not repeating myself. I don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. So yeah, I went to...
He.
You can tell Creamy's in the chat, can't you? Trying to describe what I've been doing. So yeah, Started off with a very light 600, worked my way up to 1,000, then to 2,000, and then 5,000, which is basically, it's not the highest grit I've got. The highest grit I've got is 7,000, and that's just like a piece of chamois leather. But now what we've got is we've got a nice smooth. I mean, you can see some shine coming back to it, but it is smooth now. It's very smooth, really nice and smooth. No, I didn't want to sit here on stream yesterday and do that because it took, I think, about 4 hours to do it.
You got our smooth bottom, Nois.
I've got a smooth bottom, nice. Yeah. It took about, I think, 5 hours, 3-4 hours. I can't remember. But it was a long time, and I was sat here just watching reruns of Mythbusters because the process is fairly tedious, and I sort of didn't want to sit here and just. Now, you wouldn't see much difference. You would just see me sand in, cleaning off sand in. You wouldn't see much difference. But now we come to the part where you should start to see a little bit of difference, and that is polishing and waxing. So what we're going to do is I've got these polishing compounds. So this.
I like how you are now, rubbing your bottom.
Did you wake up in a particularly feisty mood today, Creamy? You thought, I know what I'll do.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah, I thought so. Have you walked Manny yet? That's probably what it is. You've got excess energy. You haven't walked Manny yet. So I've got these.
No, waiting for him to see Douglas.
I wait for him to see Douglas. All right, okay, cool. So.
Don't want him to miss out on that.
No, you don't. Little Manny dog loves little Douglas. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So the wax, the gloss coat was a diamond fish finish from Zero Paints, and they also do these polishing compounds. This is coarse. I've got medium and fine. And once you've sanded it nice and smooth, got rid of the orange peel. Well, like I say, got rid of most of the orange peel. You can then use these polishing compounds on them, and this is where things start to really change. So you'll take you can get these polishing rags too. They're pretty good. And we're just gonna try and polish it up, and you should start to see a difference. You start with obviously start with coarse, and work your way through medium, and then onto fine. And all they're kind of just a kind of almost like a face cream, you know. Just don't get them mixed up with your face. Oh, they smell good too. Oh, they smell really good. I love the smell of these. So, they're not toxic to smell, so that's good. So you just dip them on your finger like that, and then you just sort of polish it in. And this is basically what we're going to be doing today. I know it's going to be, you'll be like, oh my god, he's just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. But I could have done this off camera, but this is the bit that really starts to make a difference. Now we can sort of use the polishing rag to get right in here. So I'm just going to sit here and polish this up. And what it will do is it will start to dry out when you polish it. Now I was using Dremel tools. As you can see, it's already starting to shine up. And this is just a coarse coat. So what this is doing is it's because with your sandpaper, you're basically scratching at the surface. No matter how much grit you're using, you're still scratching. So what this does is it sort of takes away those scratches. As you can see, now starting to get a nice shine. Starting to bring back some of that shine that we had when we first glossed it, but without all the orange peel.
Do on Abe's, it still has.
Still has what? Still has what? I probably.
It still has scratches, but they are no longer visible to the eye.
Oh yeah, it's just yeah. It's like that's how polish works, isn't it? It kind of doesn't get rid of the scratches entirely, but it just sort of like takes the surface off slightly, and you know, I mean, but it's working. This is what it's doing. I mean, I'm no expert in polish, but as you can see now, we've got a shine on this side.
Cream is wheats. Oh, looky, your bottom is getting shiny. Looking good.
Creamy, creamy, creamy. I have to ban you at some stage. Right, so we're just going to carry on just working this through. And then this is the part that's like, yeah, it might seem a bit tedious, but this is the bit that really sort of starts to bring it all together. You sat there for like 4 hours yesterday, I think it was. Can't remember how many episodes of I usually judge time by how many episodes of Mythbusters I've watched while doing a certain thing. But there'll be a bit of red on there because I got some red paint on here too. Just kind of wiped it off clean. Okay, so got rid of the red paint. Alright, I was trying something new there. Usually I touch things up after I've polished them, but obviously that's not going to work. Yeah, I've taken that. Oh no, maybe I haven't.
Do on Abe's, if you work metals, the only thing that changes with better surfaces is the depth of the surface cuts.
Right, okay. So are you saying that the scratches, well, obviously there's always scratches on surfaces, but they're just getting finer or you polish? Let's just lift this up a bit. Let's just get this out of the way so we get more of a full view of it now, what I'm working on. Get in there. Okay, now I need to do side. Okay. This is a little bit quicker than sanding. You can work it in circles. Sanding takes a while, I will admit. Good thing about this is you can't go overboard. It's not like you're gonna polish your way. Well, I mean, I suppose you could with a few hours of polishing in exactly the same place, but you're not really going to go through and take out the paint underneath it or the decals. If you haven't gone that far, if you haven't gone that deep, as long as you've managed to stay within the gloss coat when you're sanding it, you haven't gone through the gloss coat while you're sanding, polish, you could just go for it. Don't have to worry about where your extra polish is going. Just getting the grooves there like that. I mean, I suppose if you just stayed there at one spot for a few hours, you might polish your way through. I don't know. I've never tried, but I'm saying it's a lot safer of a process. Starting to look good. Yeah, look, now you got starting to get a really good shine on it there. I mean, part of that shine is because it's wet, obviously, but look at that in comparison to that. Quite dull. Getting there. And this is only the coarse coat. So it will get even better. I'm going to come over here and just try and work our way into this little bit here. All right. Might need to switch up the rag a little bit because it will work its way through. Anyway, Cream, I was just teasing you. I do enjoy it when you come in here and mess around. That's what it's all about, innit? But I was just trying to explain what I'd been doing. So so you're all good. You're good. See, now what I've done there is I have actually managed to pull the paint off, which I touched up earlier. So that was a new trick I was trying, and it didn't work. So yeah, so we'll just have to go back through that later on and just touch that up when it's done. The less of that I could do, the better. So, but you will always end up with mistakes. You'll also end up taking paint off where you don't mean to when you're doing the sanding. It's just, you know, it just happens. Yeah, I did used to use my Dremel for this, but again, you catch the Dremel on the side, you will take off paint, which is not what you want to be doing. And to be honest, it's not really that beneficial to use it here. Hate the song. I need to take this song out. Go away, song. Nobody likes you. Sitting again. We just want to feel good. All right. So as you can see, as it's dried back on this side, still got a shine to it, but it's not as good as it was looking because most of that's just moisture. But it will get there. A little bit deceiving. I want to get the front nice and polished. Again, the prow is one of those. As I said, when I was sanding it down to get it nice and smooth, which I think we've done. Look at that. It's a very poignant part of the boat. So, whenever you see ships in movies or whatever, they always show the prow coming at you, don't they? So, cutting through the waves. So it's one of those I want to get right. Turn the music up just a smidge, I suppose. Otherwise, it would just be too quiet. Let's turn it up a bit. Okay. I'm pretty pleased with how it's coming up. It's nice and smooth, so we should, once it's shined, once it's polished, we should get a real nice shine to it. Yeah. I just lift the camera up a bit because we're going to do the back end now. Back of the butt. Get in there. Right, so that is looking pretty good. So what we've got to do now is kind of leave that for a bit, because now the polish will, or the polish compound will, oh god, it's always, I hate these little tins, like, reminds me of that boot polish as kids. You know, well, when I was younger, we used to have to polish our boots every week. That was part of polish our shoes, our chores. And that boot polish was just nightmare tins. I'm just going to wipe down most of this dry compound. Now you can see that the shine has died down a bit because it's not so wet, but look at it, it still looks, oh, that looks really good. That is smooth. I'm glad I spent so much time now with the sanding stage. Nice smooth shine to that. Just wiping off because this polishing compound will go dusty. It'll dry in like clumps. So what we'll do is like, as you can see in here, it's just like clumped in there. So we need to get rid of that. And I do have a method of getting rid of that. I'm not sure if it'll work on there though. It might just push it in further. But so it's all clumped up in here. So Not bad. That's just the coarse coat. We've got 2 more other coats to do. Now what we do is we could get in these. So this is just one of those kids, you know, those children's toothbrushes for kids who have got like either sensitive gums or just teeth coming through. They're quite soft, and you can go over these areas like that, pull them out. And what I usually do is get a bit of water, get in there. These holes are a bit small. You just wipe the water off. So it's not damaging the paint. As you can see, it's just a soft child's toothbrush. You could just go in there and get all the polishing compound out of the nooks and crannies. Like that, quite easily, without doing too much. Yeah, that one might need a little bit of extra cleaning. It's all right. You can still see a little bit of orange peeling where I didn't quite get the sandpaper in, but like I say, I'd rather that than over sanding something. Okay. It takes that polishing compound out real easy out of the corners there. And there. Right, okay, so I think that's got most of the dried compound out. Right, so now I'm going to need to find another, probably another, that's time for the medium. Just got to be a bit careful. Some of these, I keep forgetting that some of these are still just only put in there delicately, but I think they'll be all right. I haven't broken anything off yet. All right. Let's course out. It's now time for medium. Just don't get this mixed up with your face cream, because otherwise you'll end up polishing your face, and that's have a nice shiny face. Yeah, it's taking that paint I used to touch that up off completely. You see that it's yeah, that's, see the grey bits on the tail fin there. Yeah, that's where I oversanded by accident. I tried touching them up, but we'll touch them up at the end. And it's not going to look great, but hopefully it won't be noticed as much as the grey. Yeah, not much to talk about while I'm doing this. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same, just work it in small circles and lines. So when you work an area in small circles, go back over it again in lines. Because you don't want polish to leave small circles behind, so you kind of do a bit of both. I haven't found that problem, it's what I was told. I haven't actually seen that problem though. It's hard to do small circles all the time, so you just kind of rub it. You know, I'm gonna get a genie pop out of here in a minute. Give me a wish. You got one wish. I wish I was rich. Granted. And he'll say, see you later, Richard.
It's bottle. Not boat P.
It's bottle, not boat. Oh, yes. Ah, the genie comes out of the bottle. Oh, I'm rubbing the wrong thing then, aren't I? Oh, I need to find a lamp. That's what we need to find.
Lamp really P.
Yeah, lamp's better. I mean, okay, I think you might find a genie in a bottle, but he would be kind of that kind of like, you know, he didn't really do very well at genie school. Kind of got a passing grade. You know, so they said, all right, well, you passed, but you know, you're not lamp material. You're kind of like bottle material. We'll put you in a bottle. So it's not as good as a genie lamp, a lamp genie. So I've just made up this whole canon in my head about genie school, kind of like Harry Potter, but for genies. Much else to talk about? Going mad talking to myself. Right. Yeah. I mean, I know all you're seeing is just some finger rubbing a rag. Hopefully it's given you an idea, especially that, I mean, someone asked me before how I did it, and I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I'm just coming up to that stage, so hopefully, if they ever see the
And
video.
cause the gin got pissed cause he is in a bottle. It's now part of a saying, all bottled up P.
And because the gin got pissed because he's in a bottle, it's now part of a saying, all bottled up. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, so that's where the saying bottled up comes from, is it? Mum used to say it to me, oh, don't bottle it up. No, you gotta let it out. You don't bottle it up. And then when I let it out, she went, what are you doing? Big boys don't cry. But, oh, for fuck's sake.
That's just my sarcastic speculation P.
Oh, it's just your sarcastic speculation. Okay. Do, do, do. So you're playing, what game are you playing today, Duana? Are you playing anything fun, or are you just relaxing and watching me make a mess of myself?
At the moment it's watching and reading Lubes.
Watching and reading. Oh, okay. Oh, a lazy Sunday for you then. Fair enough.
Don't really have a game now.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I would recommend, like now that Satisfactory has been released, full release, there's been a lot of changes. Trouble is, though, you've played like 5,000 hours in that game. It's like, kind of not going to appeal to you now, is it? So. The Moo seems to be having fun with it, but, you know, when you put as many hours into a game as you have, into Satisfactory, I suppose.
Yeah, like, a bit oversaturated.
Oversaturated.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember when we were playing together on stream, you would play for a couple of hours or whatever, and then you're like, yeah, I'm kind of done. Other than that, I can't think of any. That's when you go back to old games, isn't it? That's when you go, right, I'm going to go and play this game I haven't played forever. You know, like one of your old favourite games. Like my go-to game is Sid Meier's Pirates. I love just jumping back into that game. I've beaten that game so many times, but it's such fun. I might have to play it on stream actually, and then, you know, let everyone know why it's my like go-to game. I do like Sid Meier's Pirates. Oh, I have to find out, when is Talk Like a Pirate Day? You could find that out for me, Joanna, while you're on the internet there. You haven't got your fingers stuck in polishing compound. When is Talk Like a Pirate Day? What? It's an actual day. You know, Talk Like a Pirate Day. I don't know when it is.
Every day if you want P.
Every day if no, it's an official, well, somewhat of an official day. It's like, you know, I was gonna say it's like Veterans Day. Let's not put it on par with Veterans Day, eh? Sorry to all you veterans out there. They'll be like, wait, what? No. But it's kind of like, I don't know, like there's a silly official days, like official Pancake Day, or, you know, something like that. You know, it's just an official Talk Like a Pirate Day. And I can't remember what day it is. Yeah, if you look it up, because on Talk Like a Pirate Day, Sid Meier's Pirates, all the text, because it was all text chat then at that point, it wasn't voiced, but it'll all be like, "Arr, who are you?" It does changes its text. It's not very easy to understand. So you might have to, you could change your computer's internal clock to Talk Like a Pirate Day, and whatever day that is, and then play Sid Meier's Pirates, and all the language will be like messed up. All right, so we're getting somewhere with this. I know, folks, it's taken a while, but it's faster than the sanding was, so imagine how long it would have taken me to do all the sanding. Bored out of your little brains. Jimmy Sandal. 4 hours. I can't remember how long it was, but I got through a couple of episodes, 2 or 3 episodes of 3 or 4 episodes of Mythbusters. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's just Alright, so we're just gonna see it's all gone clumpy already. Gone dry and clumpy, so we're gonna have to get a cloth. I think I've got a cloth over here I could use, just an old rag cloth. Yeah, that'll do. Just an old duster, just to get rid of that clumpiness. We'll see how well that's done. Yeah, we're just going to wipe this polishing compound off. As you see, it's all dried off now. It's gone all clumpy. Just gonna try and wipe off. Give it a quick wipe over, then we'll use the toothbrush again just to get the rest off. Because yeah, it goes all clumpy in there. Look, see, and it dries, clumpy. Right, let's get the toothbrush. Oh, it's in there, isn't it? Alright, okay, so we're going to need something a little bit more substantial to get it out of there. Maybe... Oh, careful, don't scratch it. I'm going to just dip it in a water a bit. Yeah, it's getting it. Did I just... Oh, I may have clipped... Right. Clipped a bit of it off there. That's why I like the toothbrush. It's soft, but stiff enough to get into the holes. Get the
Stroke it forward, covers better. Towards you.
what, the duster. Just trying to get rid of the. Like that. There you go. Yeah, we're gonna have Jack in here, but we get rid of that. I'll get rid of that later. It's not too much of a problem at the moment. Okay. Yes. Then we'll have a little checky poos. Have a little look. Admire my handiwork. All right. Oh yeah, we're getting a little bit shinier. I mean, it's still, you can still see some dullness. But again, this is only medium. Fine, I will probably give a couple of coats to fine. You can still see some scratches and whatnot in there. Shouldn't really be seeing too many scratches. So. Okay. Right, so we're going to get the fine compound on it, and I'm going to give this one, I'm going to give this a couple of coats. I'm going to give this a couple of goes. And we'll see how it works out. there's still some scratches in there. Right, in with the fine. Right. Let me see what this looks like at the end of it. Goes on a little bit more slimier. Yeah. Lost my grip on the rag. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try and find a new rag here. I've got another one. Ah, there we go. Yeah, just tear that one in half, I think. Can I tear that in half? Right, no, alright. I don't have the strength in my weak little arms. We just use this end of it. It's fine. Yeah. Again, I can't really tell just how much this is working because, of course, it's wet, so it'll add a shine to it being wet. So. But we didn't do that little bit in there, did we? This is very therapeutic. You can just empty your brain almost, which is fairly easy for me before you say it.
Cream is wheats, so, Kari face, what is that purple polka dot thing in the upper right hand of the screen?
The toothbrush. If you'd been watching, you would have known that. Toothbrush.
Oh, was cut off and looked rather like a bottom plug.
Yes, Creamy. I've got loads of those. I just thought I'd show everyone on Twitch. What's happening under here? I've screwed that up royally.
Oh, I have no doubt of that.
I was joking. Oh, see, this is what happened when I sanded all that lot. I've sanded... God, yeah. It's annoying.
Sometimes it is good to change up your content.
Yeah, not to that degree, Creamy.
He.
Alright, okay.
You all got some funky looking toothbrushes in your neck of the woods.
Well, that's a kid's toothbrush. Child's toothbrush. It's like my first toothbrush kind of thing.
You it is.
It is! The whole point of having a child's toothbrush is that the bristles are soft so they don't scratch the surface. I did mention this, didn't I? I did mention this. Why is it that I have to explain everything twice for Creamy? He's extra special. That's what it is. Yeah, I use it to get the goop out of the holes. And it's a child's toothbrush, as you could tell by the size.
Well, you already knew that, jeez.
It's a child's toothbrush because of the size, and also because the bristles are softer than a normal toothbrush, so they won't scratch the surface or pick at any edges there might be. Yeah, so I tried. When I first started doing this, I was like, oh my god, I need to get this gloop out of here, and then I had a brainwave of using a toothbrush. But the normal adult toothbrushes are too coarse. The bristles are too coarse. It started to pick at edges and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Do they not make soft bristle toothbrushes there?
That is exactly what it is.
Or are those not soft enough?
That's a child's soft bristled toothbrush. That's what it is. That's why I got it. I just had like
Well, in my country we have soft bristle adult ones.
Oh, I don't know if they had soft bristle adult ones.
I'm on a boat tilde. I'm on a boat tilde.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know about that, Creamy. I know we have like sensitive teeth ones. I suppose they're softer. Hey, Amu, how you doing? But I was like, when I
Cream is wheats. I think you just happen to like the shape.
Well, I wasn't even the one that bought it, so. I needed one. And Rob was going down the Sainsbury's. He messaged me. Do you need anything down Sainsbury's? I said, actually, yes, I do. You couldn't go and get me a child's soft bristled brush. Toothbrush. Like, okay. I told him what I needed it for. Alright, okay. I didn't realise you could get
you
adult
Renfew,
ones.
I'm okay. I just got my ability to fight the alien.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
excited to try it out next Sunday, lol.
Nice. He did apologise for the shape and colour. He said, it's a kid's brush. What do you expect? I was like, I don't care, man. It's just a model bench. I mean... pink and purple toothbrush just for a model bench is well, it's not going to offend my masculinity. I don't give a fuck. As long as it does its job, I don't care. So yeah, it wasn't me that bought it. Must know.
So what are you applying now?
This is
Cream is wheats. Well, nothing wrong with some extracurricular activity, no kink shaming.
I don't know where you got extracurricular activity from a toothbrush, but okay. I think you're telling on yourself more than anyone else, Creamy. This is polishing compound. And I've been spending this whole stream applying polishing compound. This is actually the...
You and Duana.
Oh. Creamy's waving. Hey, Amu, hey, Duana. So yeah, this is just polishing compound, Amu. I've sanded down the boat, the hull, to around 5,000 grit, and now we're using polishing compound just to bring out the a bit more of the shine. So we're gonna give that a second to dry off here.
You Renfew, hi Creamy.
And see what we got, because I might have to whack it up a notch. And I'll have to be super careful when we whack it up a notch. So we're just going to see what that looks like once it's sort of dried back. Giving it a bit of a rub over. Alright, so we're going to just let that dry back a bit and see just how fine the scratches are on it this time. Just going to let that dry off. So how was your stream, Amu? You said you got your ability to fight the alien. You got a gun now, have you? You got yourself a pew pew. Right, let's have a look here.
Flamethrower. Let it be your own.
A flamethrower. Burn it. Let there be fire. Oh, actually, this is looking pretty good. Oh, maybe it's just still a bit wet. That's why. Is that wet? It is a bit wet. All right. Just gonna wipe off. See, this is what we use the toothbrush for, Creamy. Still there.
I've had a revolver for a while, but it's only good against people.
Ah, okay. Yeah, just let that dry off a little bit more.
Yeah, the revolver just makes the synths and alien mad, lol.
It just makes it mad. Yeah, don't piss him off. Just getting the gunk out of all the nooks and crannies, cleaning it off. Alright, so we're going to have a look at it now. That is much better, but we're going to need to do it again. There is still some scratches on there, which I'm seeing, but what we're going to do, we're going to whack it up a notch. I mean, still looking the shine on it though, really coming back. Look at that, boink. But there are a few scratches on it still that you can see. We want to try and bring those out. So what we're going to do now is, this is risky. I have to be very careful when we do this. We're going to bring out, where are you babies? Where are you? No, you're not in there. Dremels. Okay, so I'm going to need to find. Get that clean. It's just when I was grinding out my bits for my vape box. Oh, Right, so what we got here is we have these things. I'm going to need a soft one, so I think black is the softest one. Yeah. We've got a nice black one. Put that on in a second. Right, so I'm going to need a new tip. I'm going to need a different tip in here. That's too small. Right. Where's the bigger one? Is that the right one? Oh. I emptied them all out into here the other day because I needed the... Nope. God damn it, where are you? Is that you? Nope. Ah. Now I've got to be very careful with this because if I hit the model with this yellow part of the Dremel, then it will take the paint straight off, just gone, because that's quite hard, or any of this metal work as well. So we got to be very careful just to use the black. This is why I'm not going to get into like the nooks and crannies. I just want to get rid of the main bodywork here. So you got to be very careful with the old Dremel. How loud is this? Let's have a look. No, not very loud. You can't hear it. Good. I do have another one here. Yeah, let's use that one instead. That one's quieter. Much quieter, that one. I mean, it's going to be a bit louder with this thing on it because it vibrates, but it'll be fine. There we go. That'll do. All right. Okay, so that's the L1. What I want to do is just sort of work it in. So we're just gonna put this on there like that. Again. Give it a gentle, quick work over. Then we're gonna fuck up the whole finish by sticking the Dremel over it. Oh god, wish me luck. Right, we just do that bit for now. Now I don't want it on very fast. Stick it on 1 for now, see what happens. I'm going to need it a little bit faster than that. Might actually knock it up to 3 and see how that works. Don't tell me it's running out. Bloody well is as well. Did I not check it? Oh, I used them for my... Yeah, this is not lasting very long at all. We're going to have to switch this one out. God damn it. Put it on charge real quick. This is why I got 2 of these. Because when I was using them, they would run out. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. They give such a nice finish if you can get them right. We're going to have to use the loud one for now. Until this one runs out, of course. Damn it. Sounds like a dentist drilling my ears. Okay. Forgot to check my Dremels were on charge. Not, so I don't really want to go too far into this recess because that's going to be dangerous. Right, back to it. Being extra careful not to spend too long on in one area. Keep the Dremel moving. Watch that yellow bit. You don't want that touching anything. Right, well, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and find the other... I've got another plug here. So while I'm applying the polish, I could at least have it on charge so it kind of stays charged for longer. Plug that in. So while I'm applying the polish, I can quickly just grab that. Well, that's not even that right connection. Alright, so where is the connection for the... Ah, here we go. Got so many USB connections here, I'm not sure what's even what. Have a look at that. Alright, so there's... Yes, it's taken out those scratches very well. So we're going to need to do that a few times. Trouble is with using the Dremel like this, it dustifies, if that's a word, the polishing compound. So it just kind of goes everywhere. It's like a fine dust everywhere. And it spits it all up onto my monitor as well. So I've got like polishing compound all over my monitors and stuff. Well, it's part of having the model bench. That's why it's here. And it gets kind of dirty. Every so often I'll come out and I'll give it a... after I've finished major project or whatever, I'll come out and clean off the bench entirely. Clean the monitors, get the Hoover out, clean everything. Then you sort of start fresh then. Gonna get here, finger. Coat it up. All right. Very light with it. You don't want to be pressing too hard on it. Oh, see, that caught it. Oh, lucky it didn't take anything off there. Just working it until the polishing compound has kind of almost vanished. Either from being flung off or worked in, one or the other. It's got to be so light with it, because you don't want to press hard, because you'll take that paint right off. Yeah, I've already done it there. Look, see, I've already taken the paint off there. That's why it's so... Right, we're going to stop those now. Right, so... I'm going to have to be really careful here, because what I want to do is I don't want to take off too much of that paint on the back there. So we're going to knock it down to just 2. Try and be super careful. I mean, some of these bits have to be painted a different color anyway. All right, nice. Now let's give it a bit of a clean over. Maybe I should have just left it to dry a little bit longer. Now I'm checking to see just how many of these fine scratches we can see on the surface. I mean, you can see this is the part that takes the time, but look fantastic. So we got to kind of just leave that to dry a little bit. It might need another go over. I'm not sure. We'll just leave that to dry for a second and just then have a peek at it. But I'm looking and I'm starting to see Yeah, might just need another one go. Look how shiny that is now. I mean, mostly because it's wet. It's looking fantastic. Right, I fancy a cider and a quick bio break. I think I've got a cider in the fridge. I should have. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to quickly put it over here. Let's have a look here. Wait, where is the? Okay. So we're getting close. I mean, we're getting very close. This is the part that takes the time, and you can see why I didn't want to bring you in when I was sanding it, because at least this, you can actually see some change in every bit that I do. The sanding is just like, I mean, I struggled to see it up close what I was doing. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I see a slight difference, but on cam, you would have been like, he's just sanding it for 4 hours. It's just kind of boring. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly put on another video, courtesy of the RNLI, but this is about the actual Severn Class lifeboat itself. It's got no voice commentary, so it's just music and text and some video on the. It's what I use to start the stream, but it's got some music to it. I just thought it'd be a change than playing the same old video over and over again. So I'm going to do that while I go for a quick bio break. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll be right back shortly. All right, so yes, what I was that's a shorter video than the than the other one I usually show. I got back, sat down, just started thinking, just relaxing a little bit, taking a little breath. I was like, oh, it's finished. Anyway, again, thanks to the RNLI for allowing me to show those videos. Where is my information card? That's over here. Let's open that up. Well, where are you? Where are you? What the hell? I can't get to my notepad has gone off the screen. I can't get to my notepad. I've got a little notepad document here with some information. How do I? Let's do Windows. Was it? No, it's Control. Control. Oh my god. Oh, tab. Let's grab that.
Oh.
It goes off to the side of the screen and I can't find it. I open it up and it goes, I've only got 2 monitors and it's set up for 2 monitors, but it just disappears off the side of the screen. You see when it opens up off the taskbar, it goes whoop, and just zoops off to the side of the screen. I can't get to it. Let's maximize it. There we go. That maximizes it. Now alright, maximize it. Oh my god. Fucking Microsoft. I swear to god. Where's it gone? I haven't got maximize anymore. Hey. Close that window. That up. Can I do it twice? Is it gonna? There we go. Maximize. Okay, fine. We'll do it like this because Windows wants to be a dick. Oh, right. So yeah, I don't know how much of you of that video you saw, or you took a break at the same time, but the Severn Class lifeboat that I'm actually building was introduced to the fleet in 1996, and it was last built in 2004. So I think they're due for a new design, maybe. Who knows? Because all of their designs are designed and built entirely in-house in their boat building workshop. Again, volunteers and donations. They carry 7 crew, and it can go up to 25 knots with a range of 250 nautical miles. So it's got a hell of a range on it. And they currently operate 45 of these lifeboats. It's inherently self-righting, so you'll right herself after a few seconds. So yeah, it's a pretty impressive piece of kit that they've got there. It's always been my favourite lifeboat. So that's why I wanted to build it. I was like, yeah, there she is. So anyway, we're going to go back to it. Now I've got my cider. Thank you, Mr. Clarkson. Not sponsored. And yeah, we're going to get back. We're going to give it another coat of where's the thing? Yeah, we're going to give it another coat with the fine because we are getting close to getting rid of most of these scratches. Once we've done the fine, that's when we get to the real good stuff. All right, so let's get back to it. Hopefully, I've got enough charge in my Dremels. So you'll see just about here.
It seems pretty well designed. I think the only thing they really need to do is some hey this didn't work, let's change it things.
Yeah, well, the thing is with the Severn Class, it's like for long distances. So there are some other boats, like the lifeboat down at Calshot here is not this big, but it hasn't got as much need to be that big. So yeah, they might. Yeah, it's very well designed. So I'm sure the actual skippers and the crew would have some input into the next future design of the next lifeboat. Say, hey, this is a great boat, but I think you're right there, Amu. So I'd be interested to see what they come out with next. So yeah, you can see here on this nobule, I've just clipped the edge, and this is what I'm saying about edges. When you gloss coat or paint, it's very thin on those edges. So something like the Dremel, take that clean off. So we'll have to touch that up later. You'll notice it if you look for it. But you'll notice it more when it's grey like that. So like on this fin, you see the grey there. That I accidentally took off while I was sanding. So I was sanding in here, trying to get into all here, and the back end of the sandpaper was just grinding against that, and it just took that clean off. So this is what I'm saying, you've got to be very careful when you're sanding. I will touch that up, and of course once you've worked your way down to that layer, the polishing compounds will start to eat at those lower layers and start to pull off. So that is larger than it was when I first started. So, you know, and this side as well has kind of got a bit rough. I've tried to polish out as much as I could, but again, that's got a bit rough. So you will have touch-up areas. So you've got to be very careful when you're sanding. And again, like I say, I'm not perfect at it. So let's just have a look here. Just yeah, so we're getting there. We're getting there. I think another go over, and we should have a fairly decent finish. And then we'll take the toothbrush, and actually I want to take the toothbrush now and just get in here and get all this dust out, because it dries hard, or like it turns to dust. Where's the duster? So there are other lifeboat model kits if you're interested in making one yourself. Obviously you don't have to go in as, you know, hardcore as I did. Yeah, just a bit of glue and some paint and you're good. But it is fun to build. I am enjoying myself. I like to take my time and, you know, with the details and whatnot. As you have seen, we've still got plenty to do, even once this is polished and put together. I still got to do the cab, but the hull and the cab are like, they really need to be finished properly in my eyes, because those are the things that you're drawn to straight away that make it recognizable as a... Oh, let me turn the music down a bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're the things that actually make it recognizable. It's like when I do my cars, I always try to make sure that the bodywork is like really good, because that's what draws you into it. You go, oh look, and then that's when you start to get a closer look at the details and whatnot. But like I say, you can just do this with a... I wouldn't recommend a paintbrush. You know, it depends on how much. You know, you could just buy it and stick it together with, you know, glue as the instructions and make a grey version, and then just paint it when you're finished. You know, whatever. You could go as. That's the beauty about model kits. You can go in with as much or as little as you want. Like when I was younger, I didn't really have that many paints. And that was back in the days where the model kits never really used to come with paints either. very rare for the model kit to have come with paint. So I just used to basically just stick them together with glue. And that was it, just build them. And even that was fun. Yeah, you get a grey aeroplane or tank or whatever it is you build. Okay. It's the process that's fun. Now I'm older. Skills have I want to say improved. Maybe not. But at least my access to resources certainly has. So I used to build them before the days of the internet. You couldn't just online order some paints or whatever. You had to actually go to a model shop. Back then, the hobby was kind of dying out in itself. So there used to be a big model shop just down the road from us. And I used to go there to get all my stuff. But then that closed down. You had to find another one, and another one popped up. So we started using that one. Then that one closed down.
And hope they had what you needed.
Yeah, exactly, and hope that they had what you needed. So it was kind of like you basically just used, could only have whatever they had in stock, really. And then they closed down entirely in my area, and there was really one. But then like a big chain one opened up. Well, they're all right. They do lots of other hobbies, called Hobbycraft. And I sometimes pop up there. I mean, they can have model kits and basic paints. Trouble is with the chain ones, they're always more expensive, They're a bit more vague. Like, they have a little section for Airfix models or whatever. They'll have some paints and whatnot, but the selection isn't good because they do all sorts of other things. It's a very generalized store. Whereas the old actual...
I was very disappointed at a place near me.
Yeah? Yeah, I think there's still one. I think there's one in where I live. So I don't go out to model shops anymore. I just buy online. Difficulty getting out and about and stuff, which is another good thing. So like if you're kind of like find it difficult to get out and about, much like I do, you still order online and you can still do the hobby, which is great. So the internet has opened up the world of model making to many people, I think. So, yeah, a lot of these model shops around can be quite disappointing. You'll go in there, you'll be looking for a certain thing, and very vague. Because they're trying to cater for all sorts. But there was one just down the road from where I grew up. Opened up, funnily enough, it opened up just before COVID. I think like a year before COVID. And then they started doing... See, look, I've taken all that edge off there. Ugh. Right, we're going to have to be careful with this. Anyway, it's enough talk. So yeah, but I think they started to do online orders during COVID because they realized weren't going to be able to come in. They quickly had to scatter around and try and use online orders. But I remember I phoned them up a couple of times when I had my model railway. I said, "Oh, hey guys, have you got this or this or this?" And they're like, "No, but we can get it for you." So, all right, okay. Well, So they're usually pretty good. That's what I like about the local hobby shop. They usually have they have better access to suppliers. But yeah, I do want to also do a series on like the little Airfix snap-on ones ones that don't need glue or paint. Just want to buy one of those kits. Just give that a go and see like that good introduction to the world making.
For a place called Hobby Lobby, the size of a big grocery store, and 95% was pre-made home decor and knickknacks.
Ah, yes.
The only hobby stuff they had was a small linen section and one aisle of models.
Yeah, that's just like we have a similar place called Hobbycraft, and that's what I'm saying about these large hobby stores. It's usually just knickknacks and stuff. I mean, I get my wooden boxes from there because they have a range of wooden boxes. You can decorate them all. When it comes to actual models, they've just got an aisle of models. They haven't got a huge selection. I bought a couple of things from there. I think I bought my Subaru Impreza from there, and what else did I buy from there? Bought a couple of things from there. Just see, you go, oh, I haven't, I bought a couple of Spitfires from there, of course, because they always have a Spitfire. I mean, it's obligatory. If a model shop hasn't got a Spitfire, they need a slap in the face. So I bought a couple of Spitfires and some Messerschmitts from there. Paint selection isn't great, but yeah, they focus more on other things. I mean, they have got a great like art section, which is great for like college students, like doing graphic design and stuff. They got a whole great selection of like art supplies. But yeah, great for model making. Right, just going to slather on a bit more and then get the Dremel out. Yeah, the local to me is actually a model shop, and on the side of it they had a separate store but under the same name, so you couldn't get to it through that store. You had to go outside and go back in next door. It was a store next door, but it was under the same name. They actually done specialized in Warhammer. It was like a Games Workshop affiliate. What do they call it? It's not actually a Games Workshop store, but it's franchise. That's right. Franchise is what I'm looking. So if you couldn't find paints that you needed in the main model store, you could just go into the Games Workshop store next door. I just used to like looking around there. I was like, oh my god, I used to like Games Workshop. Let's just right. Okay, let's go again. Yeah, he does it. Yeah, I got an idea to do those snap-on kits. I want to see if that would be like a good introduction into model making.
I was hoping to go in there and find models, linens, bits of wood, a selection of tools like Dremels, paints, stains, etc.
Oh yeah? We just had knickknacks and stuff. Yeah, some of them can be quite disappointing. I think they're more for like They generalise, don't they? That's the problem.
I wanted to pout and claim false advertising LOL.
Yeah. I find shops like that are like good for trying things out. So they'll do a lot of they'll splatter gun all sorts of different hobbies. So you can go in there and like the one down the road from me has got like Hobbycraft down the road has got like jam making stuff in it as well. So I think it's one of those things you're like, I kind of want a hobby. You know, I want something to do with my time. So you kind of go down Hobbycraft and you just sort of like have a look around and you get the basic things to like start something off. And then what you do is you then look into it further and buy other stuff online. They also do a bunch of stuff for like kids, you know, school projects and stuff like that. They're not all bad, but yeah, they're not specialized hobby model making shops or anything. But if ever I am out and about, which is not very often now, and I do come across like a proper model shop, I'm like, oh, I gotta go in there. I do have to go and check that out. You know. All right. Well, I think that's as good as we're gonna get on that side there. Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, nice shine on there. Right, so we're gonna do one more side coat on this side, and then we're gonna let it dry off and clean it, and then we've got another process done. So we're just gonna another coat of I just like to give that in there. I'm not going to get the Dremel in between these fins because it's just too dangerous. It'll never fit in there. But I'll get the rag in there and do that with it. All right. I'm pretty pleased with how far we've come today, I have to say, and it's been sure it's been over 2.5 hours. Now, if you want a good finish, you're going to have to, put the time and effort in. Like I say, I'm no expert. Don't ever think that I'm an expert and this is the how-to. This is just me doing the things I've learned how to do. And sometimes I fuck things up. And I just have fun making models. I mean, if anyone comes in here and they know a better way of doing something that I'm doing or have any advice, I'm all ears all the time. I will dispense advice that I've learnt along the way. I'm not a professional, just a hobbyist. I always think that life is every day is a school day. You always try and pick up new skills. Like when I done my vape box, I was like, this is new for me. I've never done anything like this before, but I can try and work something out, I'm sure. Oh, don't spend too long on that fin there. I mean, I've made mistakes. I've learned, like my first car I done was with this kind of finishing coat was the Ferrari F40, and I never sanded it down. I thought the polishing coat would take out the orange peel, and I mean it's a nice model. I like it, but the finish isn't great. So over the models that I've made, I've learned how to. I've tried things. One of them I was like, right, I'm just going to sand it down. I watched some YouTube videos and one guy was sanding it down. I was like, oh, okay, we'll give that a go then. Alright, so yeah, it's just a bit of fun. If I can help, I will. Uh-oh. Got a feeling we're running low. Yep, that's dead. Right, so we're going to have to see if that other Dremel is charged up enough to continue the work. Probably not. I mean, what's it? Oh, it's saying green. Come on, what's going on? There you go. Oh, careful. Oh, this one's got a bit of a longer back to it, so I might end up hitting the camera a couple of times. Yeah, it's not quite fully charged. It's still struggling a little bit here, unfortunately. Alright, well, I'm going to put that one back on charge. We're going to just try and finish off the back end. Is this the right charger? Is that the right charger? What's going on here? Why are you not fitting in there? You were fitting in there earlier. What's going on? Okay. There you go. Right. So we just leave that to charge for a little bit. Hopefully give it enough boost to be able to do the back end here. Then we got to wait for it to kind of dry off. We don't really need that much charge to be able to do the back end here. It's not that big. Alright, so that should be enough of that gack all over there. Oh, I've got something in my eyeball. Anyway, welcome to the stream if you've just joined us. Today we are polishing the hull of a Severn Class lifeboat kit. It was sanded back off camera and it has been brought up to a nice shine over a period of a couple of hours. So, but it's going to get, hopefully it's going to get even better. Just using polishing compounds right now from Zero Paints. They're great for car bodywork and stuff like that, and they work fantastic with Zero Paints diamond finish, which is what I put on here. Got diamond finish gloss coat. Okay. Right, so we're going to put that on charge and... Come on, you. Get in there. There you go. Right, so... Oh, let me turn the music down again. It's getting a bit loud, isn't it? I do apologise for that. At least you're not hearing the zip 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 of the Dremel. So this is what I've been using for those of you who have just joined us. Zero Paints polishing compounds. We've gone from coarse, medium to fine today. And yes, it does take time, but it's worth it. I sanded them down with these sheets of precision sandpaper. I went up from 600 to 5,000 grit to smooth the finishing coat. I done that off camera yesterday because it took, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours to do. But we have been polishing it today because I thought that would be something interesting to see the change. I know it takes time, but I do hope it's been at least somewhat interesting. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to try and get off some of this dried polishing coat. Right, it hasn't quite dried yet. Just going to wipe it off. I mean, to think of what it was when we first started, it was dull. It was smooth, but it was very dull. Obviously, because it's been sanded. But now, you can almost, you can see sorry using that finger, with the other fingers, you can see a reflection in it now, which is good. That's how it should be. I just wish I'd spent more time yesterday with finer grits. I'm still seeing a few light scratches in it. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, just a few light scratches in there. It's not a big deal. They will buff out. I think they will wax out. I'm sure. Not sure. We'll find out. It's been a while since I've done a finishing coat. Okay, so we're just trying to get rid of all this gack from the there you go, a little more gack. Dry on there. Maybe I should leave it a little bit longer to dry. It's easier to clean off when it's dry. Just gonna Yeah, because it dries to like a powder, like a dust. It just sort of sticks to the surface. Alright. We have one more stage to do. Yes, like polishing your car. There. Alright, so now we're going to take the, what do I do with it? There it is. I'm going to take the toothbrush, just sort of working it out. Try and get out some of the dried gack, crevices and corners. Alright. Yeah, I use a child's soft bristle toothbrush for this. Use an adult one there too. Apparently, you can get adult soft bristle toothbrushes, but I didn't know that at the time. Might want to just get that. Oh, come on. Adding more to this crevice than taking away. Sorry if I cover the camera. It's a force of habit to get things close. There's a couple of touch-up areas there where the Dremels just scuff the paint. That's not too much of a problem. As long as it's not like major scuffs, sort of get away with it. That I'll have to deal with later. Problem. Yeah, deal. But as you can see, the decals are, at the moment, touch wood, fairly safe. Haven't worked through there. The paintwork on the edge, on some of these edges, aren't too bad. It's turned out pretty good. Get out of there. Yeah. Scuffed a bit there. We got a few touch-up areas that we need to do, but it'll be fine. Just trying to get it out of these holes if I can. Oh no! Disaster! Ooh. Eek. That's not good. I've just clipped finishing coat here. Hmm.
Jadelo, oh no.
Hey, Jade. Yeah, I know. Not sure what to do about that. I was just saying that the decals have been relatively safe. Is that the one that I clipped with the toothpick earlier? Or is that this one around here? That's that one. So this one I've just kind of... Yeah, the decal went over one of these holes. So now... So what I'm going to have to do is... Let me think about that while we clean this off. I'm going to have to smooth that out. Otherwise that could get worse. I don't like those loose edges there. How am I going to get rid of those loose edges? I mean, it's not unfixable. As long as it doesn't get too much worse. Like I say, there's always touching up to do. I do like this polishing coat and this polishing method, but like I say, some things can become quite vulnerable, especially decals and edges, whatnot. So I'm gonna have to think about how to do that. Because we're gonna apply the next coat in a minute, and I don't want that flapping around like that. We want to kind of finish that off. What if I could just kind of... Right, so I'm going to have to be careful of that area. What I'll have to do is I'll come back to it. I don't know if you can see, it's taken some of the finishing coat off and the decal. It's now got an edge to it. So I do have some gloss coat that you can paint on, so I could tap that on there later when I do the touch up. But it's going to be one of those areas that's going to need touching up. So, so I'm wondering. Because I wanted to apply the wax coat. I mean, could I? Yeah, it's not going to hurt it, I don't think. I just got to be careful. That Dremel will be a bit of a pain on it, so I'm going to have to be careful on that. So there's going to be areas that I need to touch up, but we'll get to that, that's fine. I can do those. Alright, so I think what we do now is we do a wax coat, then we'll leave everything to dry, and then I'll come and touch it up off camera and see what we can get. Hopefully that will do the trick. So I'm going to swap out the black on here and swap it out for a black, another black, one that hasn't got stuff. So again, this is 0 paints, and we're going to use a wax. Hopefully this brings it to an even better shine. Yeah, that's going to annoy me now. So again, this is just a wax coat, a bit like you'd put on your car, and see how we do. And it works exactly the same way as you would put it on your car. You put it on, wax off. Rub it in. Dull. That's how I do all my car bodies, model cars. I was just so happy with the fact that, you know, the decals were fine and everything was just a few slight areas that the Dremel or sand had needed touching up, and I was quite happy. I just said like 5 seconds before, and I thought to myself, that's gonna fucking clinch it, innit? That's gonna ruin it. I've just jinxed myself. Sure enough. Oh well. So we're just going to apply this wax coat. And what I might do actually is I might just apply one wax coat on camera at least, just so we could get the impression of how it's going to change. Then I will let it all dry back overnight and come back for the next couple of days and work out how I'm going to touch up properly, and then probably apply another wax coat just to finish it all off. But we can apply one today. I don't want to use the Dremel on it today. Now that that's happened, that really clinches it. I was going to apply 2 wax coats until that happened, and one of them was going to be taken off with the Dremel polishing tool. But I don't want to do that now. I want to wait until I've touched that up and applied just a bulk standard gloss coat on there. Doesn't stand out as much. So we'll just do it by hand, this coat today. And we'll see what kind of shine we get out of it. We all know how to wax a car properly, and it's exactly the same. It's the same kind of paint as well. It's kind of like a lacquer paint, so lacquer finishing coat, sorry. So they all sat there with bated breath, waiting to see exactly how much more shine we get out of this. I'm kind of interested myself, honestly. But welcome to the stream. I see we've got a few more viewers. And hello, Jade. How are you doing? You caught me at a mistake time. It's good to see you. It's been a while, actually, for you. You're doing all right.
Good to see you too.
Yeah. Have you been up to much? Hopefully enjoying yourself either way. So how long have we been going so far? We're going to go in 3 hours, just over 3 hours. That's not too bad. I was expecting about a 3-hour stream for polishing and whatnot.
I was introduced to Destiny 2 and so I've been stuck on that for a bit, haha.
Yeah. Don't you love it when you get introduced to a game and then you're like, oh my god, this is so good, this is my life now. I'm just trying to work it in. No, just trying to give it a really
New
good
Renfew,
coat.
that game is terrible for new player experience, but fun.
Yeah, I've heard similar things, but you know, having fun with it. Better eyesight.
Jadalo, at Armu Renfew. Yeah, I play with my partner so he explains everything. It's definitely confusing without that.
Alright, so we're just gonna continue rubbing in this wax. Like I say, this is only a provisionary coat. I want to touch up those things, but the whole point of today was I wanted to show how far we could get it from where it was to what it could be. Like I say, I was really hoping to be able to give it at least two coats of wax. But with the amount of stuff that needs touching up on here, I think probably one is too much, really. Ideally, what I should be doing is stopping and then applying the touch-ups, because the wax is not really gonna help. Yeah, it's so one coat is just more than enough. We'll just miss that bit out there. I mean, paint will go over the top of it. It's not a problem. It's just as long as it's dried off. I just don't want to do two coats.
Armu Renfew, at Jadalo same. EA for partners tilde.
Right, so we just got to wait for that to dry a little bit. Let's see if we can just scoop out some of this excess wax from in here. Try and...
Jadalo, does the wax protect the paint?
Yes, it does a little bit, but also it's just like polish on a car. It provides that extra shine as well. So you get that wax shine on it. We spent the last 3 hours using polishing compounds, which remove the scratches, you know, just smooth it down and polish it up. But the wax is the ultimate finish. I would go so far as to say. You'll notice a big difference once it's waxed. I do have, I have here a sealant wax. Now this is from Splash Paints. Now I believe that will seal it all together, but I don't want to use that yet because for two reasons. One, it's not the same product, so I don't know how they will react together. And secondly, I don't want to seal it yet because obviously I want to touch it up. So I'm not sure. My other car models, I mean, I used the sealant, I used the polish on this, and this is fine. You know, I could touch it and deal with it or whatever, and it's fine. And I even touched up some of the bits that I'd ground off on there by accident with that as well. So I know it will work. It'll be fine. I just don't want to give it too many coats. So yeah, we're gonna sort of leave that to dry for a second. It needs to go sort of dull. Like I say, it's like applying wax to a car. Let's see what this says. It says, application notes. Apply a small amount of wax to a lint-free clean cloth. Using light pressure, apply wax to the surface in an overlapping action to ensure even coverage. Allow wax to dry to a haze. Buff the surface with the clean cloth until a deep gloss level is achieved. Deep gloss. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing how deep gloss we get. So, we'll see. We got to let it dry to a haze. I think we're already starting to dry to a haze on this side, somewhat. So we're just going to let it dry. Yeah, so feel free to ask any questions. We're just basically we're watching paint dry right now. Oh, what we can do while I'm doing that is I'll show you the cab. So we'll just put this to one side for a second. So here's the cab, which I have sanded down. As you can see, it's kind of dull. I can't get into all these areas because of these raised parts. And also the edge here, as you can see, because it's the edge, as you sand it, if you don't sand it straight, you take off paint and the coat. So this is taking a particular amount of time to actually sand down. But for those of you who've just joined us, if I can get this just right, there you go, look at the back there. That was basically the kind of level of gloss that the hull had when we started today. So as you can see, I've sanded back roof as well. I'm getting rid of some of the orange peeling from the gloss coat. A couple of touch-up points need to be dealt with. You can see on there, if I shine the light on there, I'm not going to be able to get rid of that orange peel. That's just too much detail on there to deal with that. It's just going to have to live there. This side hasn't been, this has only been a 600 grit on this side. Yeah, so this isn't a flat surface, so it's very difficult to get rid of all of the imperfections. Hopefully the gloss will, once it's polished and everything like that, it should, you know, not be too bad. And I think that's a lot of that orange peeling is error, my error in actual application spray. Again, like I say, I'm still learning how to do this properly. Even after, I think I've made, what, 5 model cars. And the Porsche turned out really well. And so did the Mini. But then other ones have not so much. But yeah, this one with these raised details on it. Yeah, you can see where the orange peel is there. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. But, you know, I think it's going to be hard as well to use the Dremel on this. Because of all these raised details, it might start taking the edge off of them. So that's going to be quite difficult. It might have to all be done by hand. And just to make sure I don't take all that lot off. So that's where we are with that. But that's looking pretty good, and that will just fit on there. Let's see if we can sort of show you sort of what it's going to look like. There you go. So we're nearly there. Nearly there. I know it's taken a while, but you know, I like to take my time. I'm in no rush. It's not an order for anything, so. Okay, so I think we're fairly dry on that. So I bought this Scale Motorsport polishing rag, or waxing rag, polishing rag. It's nice and soft, perfect for waxing, and I'm only ever going to use this to take wax off, so it's not going to end up with polishing compounds. So we're just going to go around and try and okay. So. It's not a bad finish, just to look at it like that. It will need another coat. It will need another coat, and it will need the Dremel on it, because that works faster. This is not doing too bad of a job. Keep my eye on it, make sure there's no flapping edges on there. I'm actually going to just miss that bit out a little bit, just take the wax off. Yeah, it will need another coat, and it will need to get the Dremel on it. Alright. This is coming up quite nice. Again, you can see a few bits of orange peel on there. I mean, this is what I'm worried about, the actual cab itself, because it's quite orange peely. So you're going to see a lot of that. But, I think we could, get away with a fair amount of it. Bunch of wax in there, look. I'll get rid of all that when it's dried. Toothbrush, take it in the kitchen, just sort of like run it under a tap a little bit. Alright. What I might actually do is we might try running the Dremel over it just a little bit. We'll avoid this area over here. Give it a bit of a polish. That new black sponge. Because I mean, this cloth is doing great, but it's still a bit smeary. Right, okay, so yeah, you can still see it's still got some smears in there. So what we'll do is we'll try and just run the Dremel over it a little bit. Oh, that's vibrating a lot. Tighten that up properly. Let's just put it on a 2. Oh no, it's... Oh yeah. Careful. This is just a quick wax off. The Dremel's dying. It's recharging. Oh, I didn't do the back, did I? So we need to come back to that in a second. Oh, I didn't take off the back. We'll take off the back with the Dremel, I think.
Just working around that little bit there. Oh yeah, this is looking great. All right, well, I think that will do. I'm just going to wipe down the middle here. Bit. Some more of that. Oh. Okay, ladies and gentle peeps, here we are. Look at that. I mean, there's a few blemishes here and there, but that's fine. I can wax it again once I've done the. I mean, there's some bits here that could do with a wax. That is a shine. Hey. Oh, I'm pleased with that. I mean, yeah, you can still see a few scratches here and there. Which is a problem, but no. Pleased with it. So it's going to get another coat of wax once I've finished touching these areas up. I mean, yeah, but I'm going to leave it all to dry. Come back to it. That has been 3.5 hours to get it from sanded to first coat of wax shiny. And that's probably enough for me for today. But another coat of wax on there will be lovely. There's some areas it still sees the scratches in there a little bit. I think that's because I didn't sand it well enough. Again, like I say, it's a learning process. Not super expert, so there are scratches in there. See them, few here and there, but overall, I think.
Renfew, I hope you have a great rest of your day, Curry, and it's looking great.
Yep. Thanks, Amu. It is looking great. I'm pretty pleased with that. So, in comparison to what did I do? That so there's that kind of shine on it, and there was. So you can kind of see the comparison there. Right, so that'll be it for me for today. For this week, I will come during the week. I will do the touch-up parts, let that dry, do another coat of wax on it just to get it spot on. I will also work on the cab during the week, and try and get that looking as good as I can get it. I'm not sure if it's going to be looking this good because of all the problems with it, the orange peel coat. But I think once it's all on together, I think it's going to look pretty good. And then hopefully, I don't want to make too many promises, but next week we should be able to put the two together, marry the two together, and see what we've got. We get rid of this rotty newspaper on the top. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to marrying the two together and seeing what we get. So let me just put that up there like that for now. Yeah, let me. Oh, got light in my eye. Oh, wow. So that was an interesting day. We had some ups and downs. Mostly ups. One little down. So it wasn't. I mean, just try and plug this back in. Get in there. Why you no go? Why you no go? There you go. Let's go in at an angle, did you? You have to be difficult. All right. So that is it for me for today. 3.5 hours of polishing. So, yeah, I want to thank Creamy for your sub. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Love you. And I want to thank everyone else for coming out to join me. I hope you had a fantastic time. Just chilling, watching me do some polishing. I don't want to say it. The sanding was quite boring. I was sat here just watching Mythbusters who had it on in the background and doing it, and I'm like, nobody wants to see me do this. It's painstaking. It takes a long time, but I tell you, it's so worth it. It's so worth it when you get a finish like this. I mean, you probably can't see it like that, but you can get some shine on there. It looks really, look at that shine. Poof. So good. I love that finishing coat. It's brilliant. Wow, I just can't stop looking at it. And it's not done yet. It needs another coat of wax and some real buckle down and get it nice and polished. But anyway, that's it from me for today. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Let me just do this stream ending. Let's see if we got anyone we can sort of raid into. No. All right, okay, so we won't be doing that. But anyway, thanks again, everybody. Thank you again to the RNLI, and if you want to check them out, their about is in my about page there, and it'll take you to their website. Tells you all about them, and you can even donate to them because they run fully on donations. So thank you very much to them, and I will see you next time. Bye.